South African Police Service divers have discovered another body at the Louis Trichardt bus accident scene. This brings the number of fatalities to 22. The bus plunged into the Pandanama River. This is along the N1 near Hendrik Verwoerd Tunnel. That's after a head-on collision with a cash and transit van on Monday. Newzroom Afrika's Mohlaoli is back at that scene this morning. Tumaole, good morning to you. And you have had to travel back there because a family did alert the authorities that they were missing a loved one from that bus accident. It's a terrible scene because the understanding is that the forensic pathology services officials have just gone down the valley to retrieve the body. Are we correct?
You are absolutely correct there, Toli. In fact, this forensic pathology van behind me arrived just a few moments ago on the scene. Earlier this morning, of course, police divers were continuing with the search for any of those who were still unaccounted for because there was some understanding from those who continue to be out here in terms of those who have lost loved ones or want to find out where their loved ones have met their demise. And they say that they'll continue searching until, of course, they recover all those who were on the bus. I'm going to let my colleague Mohlaoli give you that shot now. And as you can see, the Limpopo Province Forensic Pathology Services now with that white bag, and that white bag indicates that they have now found and are retrieving the body from the riverbed and are now putting it into that particular van to be taken to ELM Hospital. ELM Hospital has become also something of a center of of course, treatment for those who survived this horrific crash, but also in terms of those who have passed on. It's one of those areas or one of those hospitals here in the province that is indeed taking those, and this is where post-mortem will be done. But of course, one would know that the cause of death would have been from injuries from that particular horrific crash following that cash in transit and bus collision. And when it comes to that particular investigation, police yesterday here on the scene, flanked by Deputy Minister of Transport Sindisiwe Chikunga, confirmed that their preliminary investigations at this stage suggest that it was indeed the cash in transit van that was at fault. That van has now been taken and is the source of investigations into exactly what happened, leading to it smashing with such great force into the bus that the bus veered off the street and into the river, taking parts of the embankment along with it, and all those lives, 22 now. Toli.
Tumaole, just quickly and finally, are you able to tell us whether there are possibly any other families that may be missing loved ones as a result of that bus crash? I'm simply saying that potentially are there other families that are saying they can't find loved ones at the morgue or at the hospitals?
Well, this is the case, Koli. In fact, on the side of the road opposite the forensic pathology van there, Mohlaoli, my colleague, is going to give you a shot of people continue to come to the scene for two reasons, Koli. The one that you mentioned, people are saying that they don't know where their loved ones are. There's been no positive identification linking them to those that are already either been hospitalized or are deceased, just like this latest deceased victim of that bus crash. They say that they are waiting for authorities to give them any kind of idea of what is going on. The provincial health department has said that it's hard at work trying to trace relatives of those who have survived. In fact, those who have survived have been saying that they are getting the right kind of support, and the bus company itself is also assisting in terms of its own registers for those who bought tickets. This is going to be an ongoing process, and the loved ones have been appealed to by the provincial government of Limpopo to basically go to the hospitals and to go to the morgues if they are yet to get their loved ones in terms of get contact with them and they are not sure whether they are part of the deceased or those in hospital. But I assume those who are in hospital have already made contact with their relatives. So it's just a matter of those who have not heard anything going back and checking with the provincial government, the police, as well as local mortuaries.
Tumaole Mohlaoli, thank you very much for that update. He's back at the accident scene in Louis Trichardt. Terrible story, that bus crash. All right.